bring some positive energy to this live. All right. Which one is this? It's been a minute since I've been on this page. It's been a minute. We're going to talk today. Peace, family. We're in some interesting times now, aren't we? The time of can you see or the time of can't you see? We're in those times. The time of by any means necessary to get the truth out. We're in those times. Because by any means necessary do they poison your food. And by any means necessary will they lock down your DNA. Peace, family. Peace, family. Peace, family. The topic of this video was, why are you offended? Why do certain things bother people so much? Why? It shouldn't, should it? When somebody tells you something that you're attached to, and that something is not for you, but you're attached to it so you don't know and you get offended because of your attachment? Or is it because of that jabba dabba doo you got in 2020 could be throwing you off a little bit? There are things that they put inside of our bodies that throw us off a bit. Parasitic things, energetic things, vaccine things. And we are ascending. This planet is changing. If you can't see it, then that must mean that you may be on part of the other side. If you can't see it. And it offends some people when they can't see it and they see other people can see it. What's wrong with me? Why can't I see it? Well, today I'm going to give you some tips on how to see it. If you really want to do some work with yourself. Because I've noticed that on this side of the world, in Mr. Intensity's world, people don't seem to want to get help anymore. They seem to only want to be shocked. You see? And get mad when you share things that are the truth. Over here on Mr. Intensity. If y'all haven't seen me, I've been over on my other channel, Coach Reg B. I've ascended. My journey has ascended. Many of you are not here to stay the same. You're here to ascend. So when it starts with health, it could turn into something else when you start to find yourself. The problem is many people don't want to get healthy, so they don't find themselves, but they think the self that they are is really who you are. And it's not. It's who you find after you remove all those organisms from your body that don't belong there. You got to understand that. Some people just don't want to get help. And if you're somebody that's trying to help people who don't want to get help, you should stop helping them. Stop participating in their karma. Stop helping them. If they're taking your energy while helping them. Do you have any people like that around you right now that you're trying to tell about these things? This is bad. That is bad. This is killing you. This is killing you. But you have to be with them. You have to live with them. You have to be around them. It's easy to keep in distance from somebody, but you have to be around them. You should make some moves in your life because a person couldn't bring you down. Or people. Let's be real, family. The videos that I post are to get your attention, to tell you what it is I really want to tell you. That's the only reason why I post these things. Because many people do not focus on anything besides drama. Food drama, sports drama, music drama. But they need to be saved too, because many of them don't know the hole they're in. The things that they're attracted to. It's because of the parasitic organisms organisms in your body. Thought forms, negative thought forms that are in your mind, placed there. That's why I'm tired of talking about the same old thing myself, because food is just where it begins. But there's many other ways they can inhabit your vehicle and throw your health off, throw your mind off. The goal is to lock down your DNA. So if you don't feel the shift of the earth and things aren't beginning to happen to you, I would question what it is I'm doing. Are you getting outside? Are you putting your feet in the earth? Are you absorbing the sunlight by looking at it? Because it's more than what you eat. None of the food here is good, family. None of it is. It's all bad. Nobody's really going to tell you that because it's tied to money and the approach. People aren't really trying to tell you the truth. They're trying to keep it safe with you. They're not really trying to tell you what it really is hitting for because of the loss or gain of money. Many people just tell you certain things because they're looking to make money, and they can't tell you these things because they don't want to lose any money. But it corrupts the message. It corrupts the truth. What happens and what would you say if you didn't fear anything, you had a whole army behind you? What would you say? How would you move? Do you know what that would do to your body if you begin to speak your truth? To live in your truth? That has a physical effect as well. That's just like eating too. Because food is about to be a wrap for many of us. And our bodies are changing to the point where we ain't going to need to eat food soon. If you're still dependent on food 3-4 times a day, there's something wrong with you right now. There is something wrong with you. If you still need to eat 3 to 4 times a day, you are not ascending with this planet. It's changing. I know this may be a little bit much for some people over here, but you got to get it over here too, because you're going to see it regardless of what I say. So it's best to hear it here first. If nothing is happening to you right now, then there's something wrong with you. You have something in your body that's controlling your mind to make you feel like you need to eat. If you are eating or your stomach is hurting, you're going through those ascension symptoms too. But they're trying to get your attention by any means necessary to have you focus on music drama or sports drama or whatever other drama they put out there to gain your attention. Meanwhile, something else is happening to many people and you're missing out on it. I'm at the point where I don't care who wants to listen or not, because I know what's coming. I know this is about to be a wrap. And if you don't know this now, then hey, this is not to scare you either. But if you are still afraid, then you got to get rid of that fear. You need to fear nothing, because by fearing, you become a food source for other types of beings that consume your fear energy and can make you manifest whatever you want based off of that fear. Your fear is a serious emotion. And by not being able to control that fear, you're manifesting exactly what they want you to manifest. Because there's more to this page and myself than a fucking diet. Diets are just a little bit of the equation of you ascending. You need to do the other things that I'm saying, but I post those and many people don't listen to those. You go wherever you want to go. It's popping off on planet Earth because enough is enough. Many of you are food sources, and you've been taught how to defend the very system which enslaves you. You've been taught how to defend it with your very life because you have attachments to it, such as, I'm going to say what I want to say. This is what it is. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to say, because let's talk about these words we guys hold on to so much. Do you know there's really no curse words? It's just the energy we put behind them, but it's the same vibrational flow of energy which leaves our mouth. So the word fuck is really not a curse word. The word shit is really not a curse word. The word bitch is really not a curse word. That's a dog star priestess. The etymology of the words that you guys speak, you don't even know. And the words that you are speaking don't even have the meaning that you think it has or the damage you think it has. But because you don't understand the etymology behind words, then you think that this is what it is. This is what it is. How do you know the vibration is low? You don't know the vibration is low because English language was created to constrict you. It was created to constrict you. So even by speaking this language, it has a physical effect on your vehicle. It's more than health, family. That's why I don't speak this language much. I speak my ancient language, which I'm able to channel out of my DNA. In one drop of your DNA, I think it's 11 million petabytes of information in one drop of your DNA. This is why they lock you down. This is why they want to put all kinds of foreign organisms in your vehicle. Because of what's about to happen on this planet to the people of this planet. And the people that's not of this planet. This life that you live, this success you think you want, is really not the success you are really supposed to be getting. Can we talk about it? It was created so you could stop or not get to know who you are actually. I mean, who likes to pay bills and never have to stop ever? It seems like a trap, doesn't it? And then when you eat the food has things in there to keep you low and keep your vibration low. And now when we learn these things, we get offended that we're learning these things. But instead of getting angry at the being that's doing it to you and stop buying the food, you defend the food. What about that person defends something that does not serve them? There has to be something in that person because the person wants to get healthy. They would like to feel good. Wouldn't they? And then when you figure out why you're missing out by listening to these tips, as far as eat once a day, if that, fast every day, like once a day, all right? Putting trace minerals in your water, drinking teas, getting outside, looking directly at the sun, putting your feet in the earth, building copper contraptions in your yard or your front or in your house to be able to control the energy and raise your frequency. These things that will help and will work. But because if the ground's wet or it's cold, you don't want to step in you. We are nature, family. We are nature. And nature around you remembers you, but you. Many of us came here to help humanity rise. We didn't realize humanity would attack us for helping them rise. We knew we did. We did realize it because we did see our whole life before we got here, so we did. But when we immersed ourselves in the human experience, trying to help humanity is a problem. Humanity don't seem to want to be saved at this point. Only certain people in humanity. But for the masses, I don't think humanity really wants to be saved. I think they love it to the point where they'll kill their own to keep it going. I mean, do y'all think humanity deserves? Do you think for the masses of humanity they can be saved? Let me ask y'all a question. Do you think for the masses of humanity they can be saved? Can they be saved? Do you think they can be saved? The masses? It doesn't look like it to me. It's going to be a small few, and there's going to be a great split that occurs. A small few. You know? The masses know. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, some yeah. That's not the some ain't the masses. Some is not the masses. And I'm going to put this out there. If anybody is offended in the way that I project my message, it must mean that you could have something inside of your body or a thought form or programming in there that's making you automatically defend it without even thinking about it. Because if you don't have any things, what things? Okay. If you're not remembering things about yourself that you never knew, something may be wrong with you. If your dreams aren't changing, something may be wrong. If you are not beginning to learn things without having to read anything, something may be wrong with you. If you don't feel light and you feel dense all the time to the point where you have to eat all the time, something may be wrong with you. And many people, they don't know it. They really don't know. Like, they really don't really mean what they do. I know it. Because they have something else inside of them that's controlling them. And it tells them whatever it has to tell you to make you focus elsewhere except at it. That's what parasites, and I'm going to go into different type of parasites. A parasite is a physical, non-human organism which lives in your body. That's one example of a parasite. Another parasite is a programming that was placed into you by this matrix to keep you at a low state. That's a parasite. A negative thought form, a thought that will enter into your brain that is negative, opposite of what you're trying to do, that comes out of nowhere. That's a parasite. Another parasite is an energetic parasite that latches onto you, makes you act impulsively, not able to control your emotional state. That's a parasite. And much of humanity had these parasites. If you're not able to look inside of yourself, you might have a parasite. Because who doesn't want to change? Who doesn't want to grow? We all do, don't we? So what stops us? What is stopping us from growth? There has to be something else that's doing it if we want to grow. Just got to ask yourself a question. Which one am I dealing with? Or am I dealing with all of them? Well, if you don't like my approach, you can unfollow me, because they doing whatever, yo. They double sheet the sky these days. Right now, the sky is double sheeted. Blocking that sun. Why are they blocking that sun? And why does the sun look white now? You ever thought about that? Why does the sun look white? Compare it to the sun you grew up with. Compare it to the sun, the way it feels right now if you actually get outside. If you don't get outside, you don't know what I'm talking about. Right? If you're always somebody who keep your windows shut, windows closed, your shades drawn, windows shut, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you know what I'm talking about, you look at the sun lately, you look at the sky lately. They sheet it all the time. Why do they have to do that? What's that about? What's that about? Have you gotten out there under the sun and sat there when it was out? How about this? The next time the sun comes out, sit outside in it for more than an hour and tell me what you feel later that day. Put your feet in the earth at the same time, right? At the same time you're doing this. And put your hands to the sky like that so it can absorb the sun's energy. Watch what happens. They don't want you to get this power. The sun is helping certain people on this planet remember who they actually are. What if you were something else entirely? What if you weren't really just a regular human? Wouldn't you want to explore that if that was a possibility? If you weren't just a regular human? Then it would make sense of why they do all this to your food or to your thoughts or to your programming. It would make a lot of sense now, wouldn't it? If you weren't just a regular human. And many of you have never felt normal your whole life. You know? Take my advice or not. Get offended or not. I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it. You don't come over to a page entitled Mr. Intensity and don't think I'm going to not be intense. This is not that channel, family. I'm not here to be nice. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to help these people. Help you if you're one of those people. And I'm not that guy. I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm a warrior spirit, y'all. Many of y'all warrior spirits that's been dimmed. Imagine when you don't fear nothing. How would you move? That's why I move like this now. Go over to my other page, Coach Reg B, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's where I speak my other languages and do my mudras. There's things that are coming through me that I've never learned before, but I know them fluently, like I've been working on for 20,000 years. What's that about? If you can go outside As much as the sun is out, sit in it and remember your ancient information, who you are. That junk DNA that's coming online right now. That junk DNA that's coming online in your body right now. How about tapping into that so you don't have to worry about doing all the stuff that you thought you needed to do? But I'm just saying, because some of us are getting it and some of us are not. And then when the ones who get it, the ones who aren't are going to want to get it. But at that point, we're not going to want to talk to you. I'm telling you, yo, we're not going to want to talk to you. We're not. Because we're trying to talk to you right now. You see? But we ain't going to want to talk, yo. I'm telling you, you're not. You know we not. Because we're like, yo, these people, man. These people, they don't hear us. Some of them do, though. Some of y'all do. You know? Like we can really, many of us are very tired. Yes, we are. We're very tired. And, you know, we're here to show you the way because this is not it, the way we live. It's not the way. This is not what it is. This is not cool. And it's time to end that tyranny by any means necessary. I'm not going to sit here and do a cooking video for you if everything I know you're cooking is poison. I'm going to give you other options to do because I know this is poison and I can't ignore the fact that this is poison. So what I do, I create a supplement line. I tell you to ground. I make sure you have other things to do that isn't food related. Because the ground isn't poison. The sun isn't poison. The supplements behind me aren't poison. Exercise isn't poisoning. Saunas isn't poisoning. Trace minerals aren't poisoning. Drinking tea isn't poisoning. From good herbs, of course. So I can't, in good sense, tell you to eat food right now, not knowing what I know. Really? You know? I'll say exercise moderation. Do it once a day if you have to. Many of us won't have to soon. I can feel that coming. Y'all didn't think y'all was super people. Y'all are. Many of you are. Many of you always knew you were different. You always seem to be targeted, teamed up on when you have different thought to dim your light. Many of you thought these things. You saw it. You had it happen in your whole life. What about me? Why are they always focused on me? Because you were that. And your circle probably makes you feel like your free thoughts are not good because it offends people. You've always felt the need to want to help people, to want to show people the way. Help them because you could feel their pain. You could see where they're going if they continued this habit. And when they didn't listen, you just got a little upset. Like, listen, I'm trying to tell you, and you're not listening. And then when you get sick or something like that, you want me to feel sorry for you. I'm trying to tell you right now. And you know what's funny? A lot of us have been pushing this health stuff out. I've been pushing out since 2014. That's how long I've been doing this. And we tried to warn you before the Jabba Dabba Doo in 2020. Many people died. Many people died, right? They died. But now we're in 2024. Everything is hit. Nanoparticles in the air, all that stuff. And you sit here and you think that something else not coming for you? Because you're still eating that. And guess what, family? The food is worse now than it ever was. Let's talk about Oreos, putting a sigil on the Oreos. What happens when you eat a sigil? Huh? They playing with y'all. They testing y'all. You are an experiment right now. An experiment. And I'm tired of watching my people do shit that kills them. And then being surprised, it's killing them. How are you surprised? You just did it. You know this wasn't good for you. And what you eat don't make me shit. It don't. It don't. But this is a job that I have on planet Earth. So I'm going to do it. By any means necessary, family. Follow these steps. Listen to better music. If anybody wants my playlist that I listen to, just DM me. I'll send you my playlist to help you out. I'm going to give you some things that's really going to affect you physically if you did it this week. And they have nothing to do with eating. Right? Everything I'm going to tell you has nothing to do with food consumption. But it's going to make you feel like you ate healthy all week. Right? Stop listening to this low vibrational music. If you're a melanated being and you're listening to low vibrational music, that's directly damaging your melanin. If anybody wants to know what I'm listening to, I have a playlist. Listen to every day. I don't watch any content creators that was told to watch nobody. Listen to music all week and watch what it does and how it activates you. The kind of music I listen to, it activates me. It's just my activation. But you listen to that low vibrational music, it's affecting you completely. And when you bob your head to the music like this, you're participating in the ritual. And when you bob your head, you're saying, yes, yes, I accept, yes, I accept, yes. When you bob your head. Just so you know. So, stop listening to all that bad music. Listen, if y'all want, like I said, my playlist, you could DM me, and I'll give you my playlist. All right? Next one. If you want to see what your melanin is really hitting for, and your DNA is really hitting for, this is gonna be a lot. This is gonna be a lot for some people. So brace yourself, because I'm gonna give you real information that works, that I've done. You should practice urine therapy. By doing this, you're enhancing your activation. You're like fast tracking it to a degree, but a lot of your activation is stemmed off how you live too. So depends on who you are as a person, but you might want to practice urine therapy, especially if you're somebody who's dealing with some ailments right now. That would knock it out I'm not going to give you a date, but it'll knock it out, whatever's wrong with you. Urine therapy. Look it up. Look it up. It works. It works. Another thing you should do, because people sleep on ground. They sleep on grounding. You should go outside with your bare feet. Every day. I'm about to go outside. It's raining outside. I'm about to go outside, put my feet in the earth. Do that. Do that. Go outside, put your feet in the earth for a minimum of 15 minutes a day. Watch what happens to you. Oh, inflammation? Say bye-bye. Your joints hurt lately? Go outside. Put your feet in the earth. Put your heels in the earth so you can heal. So you can heal. Now, if you want to take it a step further, what I built in my backyard is a copper pyramid energy tower to a degree. I sit under there. I allow the copper to ground, go into my body. I put crystals around the copper pyramid. The sun charges the crystals. It goes down right into my body. I have it all wired in there. Try that. Has nothing to do with healing. Eating food. Still, I haven't said nothing to do with eating. Y'all want to see it? Does anybody want to see the copper pyramid that I built in the backyard? If I get like 10 yeses, I go outside and show y'all. We'll count to 10 and then I'll go outside because it's raining, but whatever. I don't got to put my hoodie on. I go outside for a little bit, show y'all. And guess what? It works. Guess what? It works, family. I'm going to show them. Purple Butterfly gave me the download to do it. Appreciate you. Okay, let's keep it going. I got a lot of yeses here. All right, there we go. All right, I got you. Because I'm not going to just sit here and just try to show y'all videos and think I'm not going to give y'all no solutions. The videos is the way to get y'all to hearing what I'm saying. Because it don't got nothing to do with no food, man. Food is not what it's hitting for right now, family. It's not. Everybody's still talking about food. Like, you gotta raise your frequency. We move into a different dimension. We talking about food? All right. Let's go. Come on, family. We gotta step it up. You talking about you want to ascend, you want to stop going to work and stuff, but you still working about food. What if you didn't need to eat? What if in your highest state you didn't need to eat at all? Wouldn't you want to explore that? Or why is it you feel funny when you don't eat? You don't need to eat. Let's go. Here we go. Copper pyramids. On top of this one was it was selenite, but because selenite may disintegrate from the rain, I took it off. Okay, this one I didn't build this one. All right, I built this one. This one does work too, but this is what I built, family. So this here is smoky quartz crystal. This is some amethyst. I have smoky quartz all the way around this, right? Then I got some green aventurine. I got some tiger's eye right here. This is citrulline and amethyst. These things run down here, okay? And this is grounded. This here is grounded. This is quartz geodes right here, right? I ground this in here. So this is grounded. This is grounded along with this. And then I have them, the energy runs up here on this wire. And I sit right in the X because I am the X gene. Many of us are the X gene, right? You sit on the X and you absorb all the energy. And all of them will absorb the energy from the sun. See, in all corners. As you see. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Give you some ideas, right? That'll give y'all some ideas. The X gene, family. The X gene. Feel me? Yeah. You could build that right in your backyard. Go to Home Depot, build it right in your backyard. But it's more than food. Get off the food and tap into something else. Because I guarantee this is more effective than food. I told y'all, I gave y'all the herbs. I gave y'all the supplements that was infused with sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is one of the oldest forms of healing. We use sacred geometry all the time for healing, right? I'm able to do mudras right now that are basically quantum mudra sacred geometry, right? So, also I'm telling you, it works. But I'm not about to sit here and tell y'all to eat food right now. I mean, I know you're going to eat food, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you to eat food when I know there's other options out there. You see? What's on here? Yeah, man. So, at the end of the day, what are you going to do? Because it works. What else am I missing that you can do that has nothing to do with food consumption? Exercise. Exercise every day. Everyday exercise. Another one is hot and cold immersion. Saunas are great to do before bed. If you ever want to have a deep sleep, you can do two things, right? And also raises your immune system too. See, a lot of this they pump in the air doesn't affect certain of us because we have a high enough frequency to reject that stuff. So it doesn't really affect us. I don't care what they spray in the sky. It's not going to mess with people who are fasted because we don't allow foreign invaders to enter our body. Our immune system is sky high. Our frequency is sky high. They really can't penetrate us. And at the end of the day, nobody's forcing you to eat the food as well. They can only trick you to kill yourself. They really can't mess with you. They can make you mess with yourself. That's what they're doing. But what else can you do? But saunas before bed is great. Saunas in the morning are great. Cold baths or showers as well to raise your frequency to help you lower your body fat percentage as well. Okay? So these things do work. Crystals, they work. I wear organite energy. This is selenite I have to block from the Wi-Fi signals. Some of you guys are walking around here a straight lace receiver. You have so many heavy metals in your body. All they got to do is send a signal at you and make you do something. Because you're a receiver. You have to get the heavy metals out. That's why I have the Shilajit right there, along with the parasite cleanse, which will help get heavy metals out. But that's just me. I provide solutions. I don't sit here and woo you. I'm not going to woo you because I don't know what else to say. I'm going to tell you exactly what I need to say, which is the food is all bad. Fruit, vegetables, whatever it is. It's bad. Just know that you're eating poison. Let's leave it there. And understand that there are other ways to heal your body, even if you eat a little bit of the poison, because that's how powerful your body is. Your body's so powerful, they have to find different poisons to affect you as you rise. With all they do, you still are rising. With all they do, what is the big deal of what's going on with your body? Could you be Superman or Superwoman? Could you be them? Could you be those people, those beings? Could you have supernatural abilities that have been laying dormant in your body that are coming online right now? Could it be? Could it be? Or is it crazy? Because that was the word that was invented for you for this time. When somebody says something like that. Could it be? Could it be? Could it be? Because it seems to me that whatever they put in the food, we still be rising. Things that they put in the food that would kill animals and all that stuff. It doesn't kill you. So what is the big deal about your body? And why they have to put so much fake created cash on the poisoning of you? You ever think about that? Or is it just me? The thing is, many people are not ready to have real friends. I'm going to elaborate. A real friend is going to tell you the truth no matter if he could or she could lose you as a friend. They're going to tell you the truth because they love you. Other friends are going to tell you lies because they want to keep you. Many of you have never really had a real friend. You've only had people tell you things to keep you. And whenever somebody told you something that wasn't, you probably just dipped off on them because you didn't want to hear the truth. Well, I'm a real friend. And I don't care whether I keep you or lose you, because I know if you apply this knowledge, you'll save yourself. And once you save yourself, you're going to probably want to save others too. Because a lot of people are in an imprisonment and don't even know they're in it until they're out of it. And then when they're out of it, they're like, oh my goodness, they did all that to me? All that for me? And then once you start to find out who me is, me's going to explode in a very good way. You feel me? Do you feel me? But you got to apply these things to your life because they will change it. They will change it, family. But there will be a great split. There will be. You can bank on that. I wouldn't want to be on the side that has to stay in this BS. That's just me. Because what if everything that you learned was a lie and the people that you thought were crazy were actually the same ones and the ones that you thought were sane were actually the crazy ones? And then you found out that you were one of the crazy ones, for real. And the ones they were calling conspiracy theorists were the ones that were actually the same ones. And you're like, wait a second. I could have been over there, but I thought I let that system trick me. Oh, damn. And many of y'all, when y'all got that jab, y'all realize the system tricked you. You're like, they got me. I should have listened to this person. They just told me it got me. Now I got something in my body. I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it did to me. Nobody can tell me, not even the ones that gave it to me. For real. You know? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll plug it there. I don't even plug in my own brain. I just be talking, man. Telling y'all what it is. This ain't about money for me. You know what I mean? This ain't about money for me. I'd rather lose a customer than lose a soul. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, family. Is what it is. Because this stuff works. Nobody got stuff that's infused sacred geometry like I do. Nobody even thought about that one yet. You know? Also, so sound frequency, right? Sound frequency. Your sounds out of your vocal cords are constricting your body or uplifting it. We know this, right? And we know that the words that were created for us in this English tone were not the words that were meant for the highest level the body could be at when they speak this stuff, right? Well, if you practice the real vowel system is a, e, a, o, u. The real vowel system, a, e, a, o, u. That's the real one, right? The one you were taught was a, e, I, o, u, and sometimes y. That was the one you were taught, right? All right. So I have a challenge for you. If you want to begin to change the frequency of your body, possibly bring your ancient language out, the one that speaks like, I'm going to speak it a little later, your ancient stuff that feels like, I'll give you an example. When your real tongue begins to channel out of your body, you will feel better than sex. Because now you're becoming one with yourself. Now, when you practice this vowel system, practice it every day. By just practicing the vowel system, you'll begin to heal yourself. Just by practicing your vowel system, you'll begin to heal yourself. Do you see? Blokiram. Lesoram vlokiram solerem cum daira stirits tikirem. Vlovera klek sekaram bofilerem sufire klekaram sukirem. Varastum ferits tikirem. Vlealaram bokorex tukumbares tikirex. Little stuff like that. Speaking your ancient tongue when you really existed as a superhuman being on this planet. Mudras beginning to come through you. Knowing how to do things with your hands that you never even had to learn. But you were told it was evil, wasn't you? You were told it was evil. You were told you were evil. How about that? If the enemy could teach you that you're evil, they would never even have to fight you. Because the things that are bad for you, for them, you feel like are bad for you. But it is you. So as long as you reject yourself, they have to do nothing but watch you beat your own ass. They watching you whoop your own ass and don't have to do a thing because you think that you're evil. Wow. I'll tell you one thing. That is the greatest trickster I've ever experienced, and probably all of my experiences that I've ever lived, and all of my existences that I've ever lived in. This earth game is like Mission Impossible to Chosen Ones. We knew we were going to do it. We know we're going to conquer it. But a lot of Chosen Ones did not accept the mission. Because this is not easy to be on this rock. This realm. This dome and flat plane. You know? Not easy. But the question is, do you actually want to wake up and know these things? Because by knowing these things, it is something that you cannot forget. And it does take responsibility to pull yourself out of it once you know you're in it. See, ignorance is bliss until you begin to gain awareness, and then it becomes a burden for some people because they didn't really want to do anything about it. They wanted to pretend. And then they're looking at themselves saying, well, am I just a bullshitter? Do I really want to change these things? Or I like to just talk about them? And then you got this stuff to deal with. It's more than health, family. It's an entire thing. Health is just one. Health is only a symptom of the emotional state of you. The cravings that you have is only a symptom of your emotions. The way you do one thing is the way you do all things. What if we're already aware but people don't know? Then you're in hiding. You're in hiding. A chosen one's job is to be chosen for something. If you're chosen and you're not doing anything, it's like if I'm picking up a basketball team and I just chose this person and the person stands out there on the basketball court and does nothing, doesn't pass the ball, doesn't move around, just stands in one spot. I would call that being useless and no longer chosen. You're off the team. Let's keep it a buck. You're chosen to do something. So if you're still hiding, then you don't even believe in your own journey. How are you going to hide on your journey, you see, and sit there and do nothing and then be afraid. Aren't you supposed to be here to help people raise their consciousness? So what are you hiding for? I'm just saying. Yeah, the people around you won't change because you're not even believable. Your journey is not even something they can relate to. Like, look at you. You're hiding. Why would they want to change when you're supposed to be the light that inspires them? I'm going to say it again. Why would they want to change when you're supposed to be the light that inspires them? More of us rise, more of us will be able to do something about it. But when there's little scatter here, little scatter here, you know, why would the people ever want to listen to you? You're still scared. You see? You're still eating the bullshit with them. And see, this is the thing about chosen ones, right? I'm gonna address Ali Shabazz. I don't focus on the ones that don't want it. I focus on the ones that do want it, but don't know they don't want it. Sometimes a person who doesn't know they don't want it won't want it until they hear you or see you. You are what they were waiting for. So I can't sit here and worry about those who don't. But they don't know it until they hear me or hear you or hear another person. If you didn't speak or inspire, how would you know if they wanted it or not? They could have been waiting on you. Huh? They could have been doing that. And that's why certain chosen ones have gifts and other people who say they're chosen ones aren't chosen and don't have any gifts, but say they're chosen ones. How, Sway? What are you doing? Don't you realize your people are hurting right now? And you're going to sit around and do nothing? The first thing to do as a chosen one is to work on yourself, of course. That's the first thing to do, right? You can't be the example unless you have a story of you overcoming yourself first. That's how you inspire. You emanate the light around you of changing yourself. You don't have to say a word. You can walk in the room and change the energy just like that. You see? And that's all a person had to see. Some chosen ones are not always on the front line like myself. Some chosen ones, just by existing as a chosen one, working on themselves, inspire people by being yourself, being your authentic self. You don't have to say a word. Just be you and you'll change people. I'm going to tell you the truth, chosen ones. I'm going to tell you the truth, right? You have inspired more people than you think. Just by doing the work inside of you. You've inspired more than you know. You know, everybody you inspire is not going to tell you because sometimes they're mad that it was you that inspired them. They're not going to tell you that you helped them, that you gave them the juice to do that. But you got to be okay with that as a chosen one. You're not always going to get the credit because you're not here for the credit. You're here for the job. The job. To immerse yourself deep into the human experience. To the point where you thought you were human. Right? You thought you were human. So much. You had to become one. To be able to see their strife. Their struggle. To know their pain. And then to rise out of that. Realizing that you are much more than just a human. And to help them rise out of it too. Chosen. Chosen one thing they got to do is like elaborate job and be out here and that's not how it works. It's many ways to get them. If you really want the world around you to change, you got to get to you first. You can't look out there unless you're looking in here. Ask yourself, why do I think the way I think? Does this person have a point? And why am I upset automatically without thinking, just by hearing it? Why didn't I question that thing right there that person said to me about me? Right? Why didn't I do that? Why did I get mad at somebody when they told me I was looking a little old or out of shape? Maybe they were just trying to help me because maybe I didn't know that I was looking old and out of shape and I needed to see that because I thought that I had a friend. Many of y'all don't really deserve friends because you won't let them be them around you. Operating your authentic self is one of the greatest ways to bring your gifts online. Authenticity is needed in this world, which is why truth gets your attention so much. Truth is a thing. When somebody tells you the truth, it's a thing that's felt. Lies is what was created in the Matrix. The truth is what's felt. You see? It gives you a feeling. Vlongombara stuklet sikirim, bosterium. Truth. Real language. Not a spell, a constriction language that we have all been taught how to speak. I was explaining something to somebody yesterday. And I was talking about the vibrational similarity in words that you feel like just because they're spelled different doesn't mean they're doing a different thing inside of your body when you speak it. So I was saying the morning. Mourning somebody's loss. Mourning a rise of the sun. Same vibrational tone. So when you say good morning, you're saying good death. It's good that I'm mourning for a loss of something. It's the same thing as saying, good morning. Have a good day. But you're not really saying that. That's why sounds are very important. Frequencies are very important. They're very important. And they affect the way you live every day. There is more than you think what was done. It was more done to you than what you think was. I'm just breaking it down a little bit. It's a lot to process. Because you thought, all you had to do is change your diet. But it's more than diet. You see? It's more than diet. Way more. Your diet is how you think. Your diet is what you watch. Your diet is what you read. Your diet is what you listen to. Yeah? That's a part of your diet too. Can we talk about that? There are many causes of body aches. Some of us are dealing with body aches because we're getting hit with radiation from the sun right now. And even though they're blocking the sky, radiation is coming from the ground and the sun. It could be what you eat. It could be lack of movement and lack of grounding. As I said, if you have body aches right now, you should get outside and ground. Get outside and ground, family. Bet you them body aches may go away. But if you're also going through ascension symptoms, they may not. Especially some people who are dealing with pain around the neck area. Around the neck. Ascension symptoms. That's why I said, like, food it's overrated right now. It keeps us grounded. Yes, it's overrated, though. Because in our truest state, we didn't need to eat. We were plants. We didn't need to eat food. I'm going to say it again. We didn't need to eat food. The sun was a food source, and we had more than one of them. We're getting back to those soon. If you look on YouTube, you'll see people are seeing more than one sun in the sky. You can look it up. We don't see it much in America because they always block the sky over here. But in other countries, you are able to see this. When I get outside in the sun, it's different than when I got out in the sun in 2014. It doesn't feel like the same ball of energy. And for certain people who are vibing high, when they get out in the sun, they feel amazing. It's a food source. Tap into your godly ways, not your human ways, because you are more than what you think you are. I guarantee that. Guarantee it. And when you actually get to see it, because I've seen it a lot. A lot of us are getting abilities to see the timelines that are occurring at this time right now. We're existing on many timelines, and many of us are getting to see the timelines, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Definitely a beautiful thing. But wait, like I said, when you know who you are, you'll be different. When you know who you are, you'll be different. What does it mean? It means you're seeing your future. You just told me what it meant. Alicia Badge, what does it mean when I can see my future? That you can see your future. That's what it means. Don't try to overcomplicate. A lot of us try to overcomplicate this thing because we've been spoken about this stuff to people who overcomplicate it to make it sound deep. You can speak simplistic and sound deep. You saw the future. That's what it means. You know? Feel me, family? Is it everybody that can't eat? Listen. It is whoever don't want to eat right now. Okay? If you're asking that question, my reading on that was the fact that you just like eating. You're trying to make sense of it. It's my reading on you right there. It's amazing what you can see when you realize that you're everywhere and you can do everything. And you begin to start remembering your old self again, and your confidence in yourself increases like sky high when you really get to know what type of being you are and what abilities this human body really has, and you begin to use them. Because I can understand when you hear about individuals that have abilities and you don't have them, it's difficult to believe until you have them. But when you do have them, you know what I mean? Like, come on now. H3O, you doing that fruit? You like the fruit? That's about to be a wrap. That's about to be a wrap, yo. That's about to be a wrap. You know? And I don't, listen, and this really applies for the people that are in America too, because we're getting hit. I know people over there in UK is getting smacked around too, but they just be letting any kind of food come up in here. So at the end of the day, I'm talking to people who are America. I don't think that you're from America. So I wouldn't say that with the food, but you still want to eat. Over here, we're getting smacked because America is the chosen land. We're really the East, not the West. But that's a whole nother conversation. Because this is really the land of the chosen. This is where everything's going to happen. See, I knew you weren't in the country. See? You're in Kenya, see? So, at the end of the day, you might still need to eat one day, but I think certain of us are feeling like H3O2 is fruit. I feel like certain of us are going to be reaching a level of frequency where we don't need to consume food. Okay? I'm speaking on that. Okay? At the end of the day. Even if we're eating fruit, it still lowers our frequency to a degree. Even if we're eating it, we're having to digest it. As we're digesting, it takes a lot of thermodynamic energy to process that food. So it's lowering our frequency. You want to feel light? Stop eating. See what happens. Going to be a lot of things you go through too. A lot of thoughts that enter into your head. Sending images of food you ate. That's a tall tale sign that there's a parasite in you. Trying to make it seem like you need to eat something. Even small. Love. You got H3O and green fruit. I love it. And I mean, you're in Kenya, so I don't know what's happening to y'all food. I just know what's happening to ours. You might just like to eat fruit, which is good. You're not in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Okay. Whatever that means. Okay. Oh, you're not. Yeah. Okay. But y'all know what I'm talking about when I'm saying, like, this is the chosen land. You know that. What about water? Listen. I heard what Yaki said about water, but we in America. Drink water. Don't be out here, just listen. Drink water. Drink water, y'all. I know what the brother Yaki said about it. I get it. Dogs are supposed to drink water and everything. I get all that, but we are in America. We have to be realistic. The people are going to drink water. So if you're going to drink water, I'm going to give you what water to drink. I'm going to tell you to drink trace mineral drops, alkaline water, and I'm going to tell you to put Celtic sea salt in it if you're going to drink water, because you're not going to be walking around with fruit all the time. I know it's realistic. Okay? For some of us that are in the States that have particular jobs and things like that, we don't want to make it more difficult. We just want to raise our frequency, you see? Raise your frequency so you can see more, be aware of more. And when you raise your frequency, the need for food is going to go away. As a matter of fact, many of us right now are experiencing stomach pains from the solar flare that's hitting the planet right now. Many of us are. Many of us aren't, but many of us are right now. You know, many of you have been watching my content for years and wonder what the change has been about. When you find out who you actually are, you will never be the same again. Don't you want to know who you are if the person that you are right now is not that person? Huh? I say Celtic salt. But don't you want to know? It's a good question. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? And where am I? And listen to the answer. It might be surprised what you get. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Celtic sea salt is what I'm talking about, family. I'm drinking water. Okay? I barely like to eat fruit at all. Okay? Not much Celtic sea salt. I'm talking about a little pinch of Celtic sea salt in your water. Like, my bottle's over there, but I have a bottle that's a little bit bigger than this, and I put a little pinch of Celtic. I use Maris sea salt, but we can't get Maris in the States. I got it from Peru. But a little bit of Celtic, just like that, in there. And no, it doesn't make me retain water because I don't use that much. You work out, you do saunas, this is what happens. Especially when you're going through fast, long fast, which I'm about to enter into April 1st until after the eclipse. I'm going to fast for about 10 days around that time, preparing myself. Don't go out in those parties too. Don't go in big crowds when the eclipse happens. Don't do that if we get to see it in America at all. Because I have not seen an eclipse in America for a long time because they always cover in the sky. So if you are scheduling an eclipse party, don't go. Don't go. Okay? Don't be that person. Don't be that person. All right? I was been eating, didn't feel bad. I'm talking about people in America. We're going through something different over here. I'm talking about people in America. You know what I'm saying? Something happening over here. This is the land. This is the chosen land. They made y'all think it was Africa. Africa is a great land as well. Not to shit on it or nothing like that, but this is where it's happening. Everybody from over there trying to get over here. Why do you think that? Everybody trying to get over to this freaking country. You know what I mean? All right, it's the first Egypt. Anything for swollen ankles? I just told you. Get outside and ground. Watch how the earth heals you. Watch how it heals you. Many ailments that you guys have, all you have to do is maybe put a little bit of urine on your ankles. That may be, if you want to heal, you might want to listen to me. If you got a part of your body that's not looking right, not feeling right, clean your body up a little bit. Go on 24-hour fast. Put some urine on a compress and rub it on your ankles and watch what happens. I could be right. Well, don't you want to explore the possibility? If I could be? That's all I ask. That's how you grow. Let me stop being emotional about this, because my emotions have not served me, because I don't rule over my emotions. I need to look at them and say, okay, emotion, why do you feel like that? Why is the energy fluctuating in that way so I can control it? And use your emotions as a guidance system. You know? I like pistachios too. I like pistachios. You know? Don't come over here. No, you don't want to come to America. It's about to go down on this place. You want to chill. You know, I'm healing my eyes. I just gave you one. You know what? I'm going to give you a resource too. Where's the book at? If I can find it while I'm doing this live. Oh, there it is. Boom. There you go. All the problems that you guys are having. Eyes, swollen ankles, little inflammation, you know. Maybe you're looking like you want to, you know, get a little bit more beautiful, you know, grow your hair back a little bit. It does grow your hair back. Read this book. Read this book. Read this book. You're asking questions, read the book. I just gave you a resource. Can't say I never did nothing for you. You can't say I never did nothing for you. All right? So, I've been live for about an hour now. I think my time is up. Take heed to this message. I will save this live. Anybody needs me, hit me up if you want any supplements. The trick about these supplements are the fact that they're infused with sacred geometry. Read the descriptions and you'll see what the sacred geometry on these supplements do, because they do work. All right? I combine many methods of healing at this time because we're moving to a higher dimension. So we must move like the higher dimension. And the book is by John W. Armstrong. This little book to change the way you think about your body. And you'll realize why your body has been under attack. It's as soon as you came out the womb and those fluorescent lights that put the baby in shock and they slap the baby and they cut the umbilical cord before it stops beating. While you were under attack from the jump. And took the placenta and they ate it. Possibly injected you with something when you were born. Maybe your mom, if she had an epidural. A lot happens to us now. We just get used to it. But guess what? It's not normal. It's not normal. We've been taught that it was normal, but it's not normal. And we must be able to say no. All right? So I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.